Hi everyone, it's MrAeroHD here, and I'm finally giving my review on Forza Motorsport 5. If this video sounds a little scripted, I apologize, because it is. I'm trying something new for this video, and seeing how I'm putting my ideas down on paper might help establish them, make the video sound a little bit more professional, and keep the cursing to a minimum. Also, if you're new here, I'm a drifter, so just to give my review a little bit more perspective. Alright, now with the formalities out of the way, we'll keep to the basics. What I like, what I don't, and what I think of the game overall with a rating out of 10, and whether I should think you should pick it up. On to the good. For starters, this game, as I'm sure you already know, looks gorgeous. Turn 10's graphical team went above and beyond what is expected for these types of games, and make sure every inch of the car, almost, was modeled to meet the real life's expectations. Also, the dirt and grime you pick up in racing is a great touch. Cockpits are extremely well done, as seen in the Forza Vista mode, and are now available for every car in the game. The game is extremely pleasant to the eye and probably the best looking console racing game that I've ever played to date. It also handles really well. I'm surprised the physics are so significantly changed from Forza 4. Turn 10 took a leap of faith with this new physics engine, and I'm delighted to say they succeeded with top marks. Sure, it's no iRacing, but comparing the game to its previous iterations, it has tremendously increased in realism. Cars aren't really grippy anymore, and you can slide a 300 horsepower 240SX or a stock GT86 without much problem. It doesn't feel like a big lump of weight, and it doesn't feel like it's stuck to the track. They will be take some getting used to from Forza enthusiasts and newcomers alike, but as of right now, this is the best Xbox game I've played in terms of physics. You can swap a bunch of different engines in cars now. Turn 10 opted, instead of accurate engines, for LS1 for an example, they would have it listed as a 5.7 liter V8. Therefore, it's a generic engine, technically, being swapped into a car, not a Chevrolet engine. This means V8 all the cars, along with quirky swaps like a 4-rotor S15 Silvia. Also, Lancers can now be rear-wheel drive swapped, along with the majority of the car list. Forgive me, I haven't checked every car, but the majority I've looked at all include drivetrain swaps of some sort. The car selection is okay. I came into FM5 saying that a lack of cars would be the death of the game, but I'm only slightly mistaken. It's definitely not a plus, but there's a lot of variety here. For the 200 cars to launch the game with, Turn 10 did very well with the cards they were dealt. Drivatar has more of a use than just being AI. It races for you, offline, in other people's careers, races via the cloud, and earns you credits as you do so. It's not a bunch, only about 200,000 or 20,000 a day or so, but it's still a healthy bonus to a small bank balance. Any bit helps, and it's a neat little feature. Finally, we get chrome and matte paints in a Forza Motorsport title. They also include a lot of neat special paints like camouflage, wood grain, and carbon fiber, but I'm sure it will make the life of painters a heck of a lot easier. Rivals mode is also improved. Instead of having it as a separate mode, it's integrated into the career mode, much like Forza Horizon. Honestly, this can be a pro or a con depending on how you feel, but I like it. I'm not sure if the CR payout is challenging and beating a rival, but so far I like the new system, regardless of the extra credits or not. I also found the career mode to be a little less monotonous. Sure, it's still a Forza career, and monotony comes with the territory, but I like that there's a lot of different types of leagues to enter. I feel like it doesn't have to be done in a linear format. Feel like racing prototypes? Go ahead. You want to switch to hot hatches immediately after? Go for it. It's all up to you, and I like that. Lastly, the sounds. Oh god, the sounds. Sounds for me, besides physics, are the most important part in a successful sim. Forza 5 does not disappoint. Besides, Turn 10 is always stellar engine noises, wheel and tire screeching is massively improved, along with the contact noises. All in all, it's a pleasuring experience to your ear. Now, unfortunately, it's time we blast through the under end of the spectrum, and this is what I didn't like about the new game. Let's get this out of the way. Yes, the car selection is awful. Yes, there will be DLC coming later that's probably 60% Forza 4 or Forza Horizon cars. I accept that, but for 200 cars, for me, isn't enough. I had 200 unique drift cars alone in Forza 4, and for someone who strives on being a little quirky, I'm gonna have a hard time in this game. Though I enjoy the variety, there simply is not enough quantity. Though I was okay with the selection of cars, there is nothing good about the tracks FM5 has to offer. They'll try to sway you with huge AAA facilities like Spa, Yas Marina, and Bathurst, but the original circuit selection is awful. There's also very little small tracks, like Tsukuba and Iberian, where running the small city cars and starter vehicles would be a lot more entertaining. As a drifter, a lot of our tracks were removed as well, and those who weren't were altered, such as Road Atlanta. They made the horseshoe out of the notorious Forza sticky tarmac, and slowing your car down to prevent quarter cutting, it tops out at about 30 miles an hour. Why? No one tried to cut there through the online. Nobody tried to cut that corner. Why would you do that? Why? And as much as they push the Drivatar feature, I'm glad to say I told you so, it fails miserably. One moment I'll have the AI, which I set to top difficulty, braking on straightaways and doing the speed limit. The next, usually after I pass them, they'll bonsai dive me on hairpins and fly straight off the track or slam into me. And it's not just me, they love ramming into each other too. On circuits like Bathurst and Prague, where the going gets a little bit narrow, the AI is completely flummoxed and can't help but smash into each other. It's hilariously awful and probably the worst AI in the series to date. Yes, worse than Forza 4. The online components of Forza 5 were all taken an axe to. Great features revived in FM4 from older games, such as online custom lobbies and car clubs, have been removed. I don't understand, honestly. With all this new processing power and all these new servers, why do the online services have to be cut? And that's not all. There's also no gifting in the game as well. No gifting cars, paints, tunes, nothing, as far as I can tell and have been told. Fellow YouTubers, FailRace, have also said that you can when you race online, you can't save the replays. Are you kidding? I guess it's because of the new DVR feature, but why in the world would you want to remove that? Still part of online, but way more significant than all that, is the complete removal of the storefront system. An extremely revolutionary and unique system that set Forza apart. Gone! Now you have recommended paints when you purchase vehicles, and it's being able to search via keyword. And being able to search via keyword for designs or vinyl groups is so difficult and awkward and might as well be impossible. This is something I didn't think that would bother me that much, but it's making me clench my fists just thinking about it. Back to the offline, there's no ability to sell your cars, as reported by Nick or AR12 Gaming. What if I buy two of the same cars for different classes of racing and one doesn't work out? Am I stuck with a car I don't want? What kind of system is that? There's also no offline free play. You know the FM4 hot lap system? That's gone. As far as I can tell, there's no infinite hot lap system. Just test drive under the tuning menu and custom race like you always had. You can always set it to like 50 laps. That's just kind of silly, isn't it? Why wouldn't you have a free play system? Now on to customization. I know this is something a lot of you guys care about. The way they have the cars and the wheels laid out is abysmal. Wheels are organized by type now, such as Street, Sport, and Race. I don't know if those are the actual categories, but not listed by manufacturer. Cars are much the same, just in a long list as you can see in my Forza 4 car list video. That's not a special list view, that's how it is out of the box. And am I the only one that likes to sort things by manufacturer? I guess so. Body kits have also been trimmed down, which is nothing new for longtime fans, happening from game to game as we go. But since there's only 200 cars, I had my fingers crossed for more body mods, not less. The driver leveling system is just a mess. It takes way too long to level up both driver and car affinity, and the rewards are stupid. No more reward cars, and not enough cars to do it, even if they wanted to. Just credit bonuses and a piddly 30,000 credits at that. AR12 Gaming claims it goes no higher than 31,000, and he's a much higher level than me. Vehicle affinity just gives you a higher payout when you use that car. Say my Subaru affinity is 6%. I get a 6% credit bonus when I use a Subaru to race. What was wrong with the old system? Why can't we have free parts? That was awesome. Why was this changed? What were you thinking? And again, as FailRace stated, replays are ruined, not only online, but offline. They're not completely non-existent, there still is replays offline, but the HUD for the replays takes ages to go away, and will not go away if there's any input from the controller whatsoever, pausing or rewinding. Welcome to the world of unprofessional post-race videos, lads! And lastly, but surely not least, is the career placing system. This gets under my skin more than everything. The first place prize is no longer required to be in first place. To get a gold medal, you only need to finish on the podium. I can finish 6th or something and still get a silver or bronze medal. Pardon my language, but are you fucking kidding me? I thought this was a sim, not Mario Kart. All in all, the only thing I thought Forza 5 improved was the gameplay, the core mechanics. Overall experience though, I'm sorry to report that, at least in my opinion, this is the worst Forza Motorsport to date. This could have been a great game if released as a Forza Motorsport 5 prologue, or hell, another IP altogether. If this would have been a completely separate game and not have a Forza title on it, my opinion would be vastly changed. But when you call a game Forza Motorsport, it has a lot of expectations and a lot of bars that it has to meet, and it failed to meet almost all of them. In my opinion, Forza 5 gets a 6.5 out of 10, and average. And a lot of you are probably saying, Aero, a lot of this will get patched out and fixed. Oh yeah? Forza Motorsport 4 had 1 patch. Forza Motorsport 3 had 2. Turn 10 has a horrible track record when it comes to maintaining their game, minus of course the monthly DLC. Is this game worth buying? If you have an Xbox One, sure. It's a good game if you're not a hardcore Forza fan, or if you're bored of Need for Speed and want to try something a bit more challenging, or if you're new to the Forza train, having jumped on Forza Horizon and want something a bit more realistic, this is a great game for you. But for long-time fans, such as myself who have been on since Forza 2, for people looking to get an Xbox One solely for Forza 5, I suggest looking to other titles. I'm not a Gran Turismo fanboy, or a fanboy of any sort. Look at my channel. It's stuff full of great Forza content. And I will continue to make videos on it, Forza 5, because I already bought the damn thing, so why not? But it pains me to say this is a massive step backward in the Forza series. Please like this video if you thought it was helpful, share it if you liked it, subscribe if you like my videos, go check some of them out, some of them that aren't scripted, and see what you think. But thank you guys, thank you all, and I'll see you soon.